What makes you feel like you're not good enough? Because there's different things that will cause this feeling. But let me give you guys a quick solution to one of these. If it's someone that you're pursuing, like for a relationship, a partner, whatever the case may be, and they're making you feel like you're not good enough, the easiest solution to that is just to leave, man. That is not healthy. That is not how it should be. And that's just plain out wrong. So don't sit there trying to be like, oh, let me do this so I can win them over and like I'll be good enough for them. Because there's a difference between them making you really feel like that and you wanting to be a better version of yourself for them. There's a difference between that. And if they're not constantly belittling you or making you feel bad or making you telling you that you have to do this and this in order for them to really appreciate you for who you are, then that's not right. But if you personally want to just be a better version of yourself for them, for the future and all that, that's different. And that's good. You should want to be better. You need to be better. But the thing is, we will constantly feel like we are not good enough. And a lot of things, how I said, trigger this. One of them is really you're just not on top of your game right now. You're slacking off on certain things. You're not pursuing those dreams that you want to pursue. You're not working as hard as you should be working. You're not accomplishing the goals you've set for yourself. And with that constant reminder of your negligence towards all those things, if that's even the way to phrase that, you will remind yourself like, I haven't done this, I haven't done this. And the more and more you tell yourself these things and the more and more you ignore the things you should be doing, you will start looking at yourself differently. Start looking at yourself as not worthy or not capable of accomplishing these things. And little by little, man, the more and more you ignore those things, the more and more you find comfort instead of the discomfort to achieve these things, to work towards these things, the more and more you will feel worse about yourself. And the thing is, it's really you making yourself feel worse. Because if someone else is making you feel worse, you got to just cut them out of your life. Because what do you need that around for? And think about it the same way. If you're cutting them off for making you feel bad, why are you making yourself feel bad? If you won't tolerate it from someone else, why are you tolerating it from yourself? And that's where you get into the thing about your mind, man. Your thoughts is your reality. And a lot of people will discredit that. A lot of people will ignore that. But it's hard to say because it's really hard to say because then you can be like, oh, but evaluate yourself, man. You're saying that that's not real, but are you where you want to be? Are you who you want to be? Are you pursuing those dreams? Are you doing what's needed to be done to be the better version of yourself? And this is where most people say like, oh, the people that always show hate or the people that talk shit are never happy with themselves. And who am I really to say? I don't know, bruh. Because someone in there can be talking mad shit, but they got everything they want, and that's just what they do. But then you think about it, like, if you got everything, not even everything, but if you're doing good, feeling good, pursuing something, why are you spreading this negative energy out? And that's why I guess it comes from that, right? Because if you're out here pursuing the stuff, doing good, I don't think there's any room for you to spread that negativity, spread that hate. And if you're in that situation, that's honestly interesting. It really is. But the mind is so powerful, and the thoughts you tell yourself become your reality. But those thoughts should just be the driving force for you to take that action, take those steps, take that accountability to really change your life, change your perspective about yourself, change the environment around you, the people you allow in, the people you have to move away from. All this, man, it starts in here. And with you ignoring all the things you need to be doing, you will feel worse about yourself, and you tell yourself that you're not worthy of this, you're not worthy of that. And even when someone is showing you that praise, showing you that love, you will probably tell yourself like, man, I don't deserve that. I don't deserve that. And then that will either have you doing things you shouldn't be doing to them, by treating them poorly or not the way you really want to treat them, just because you don't want to attach yourself to that, because you feel like you're not deserving of that. And there's a difference, man. There really is a difference. Because if you're really not on your shit, you're not doing what you need to, you will not be in the right mindset, the right time in your life to be with someone, to have those people around you. Because you won't be able to be yourself. You won't be able to appreciate what it is to have them around. And you will either end up losing them because of the way you feel about yourself, and it's not really on them, it's really on yourself, right? And that'd be the worst way to lose someone. So that's where you gotta change that mindset. Change those thoughts about yourself. Know that even if you really feel like you're not good enough right now, because if you feel like you're not good enough, it's valid, because you're not doing what you're supposed to. Real shit. But once you get back on there, man, start to grind up. Get those things, start knocking some things off the list, and don't think about it as, oh, once I finish, I'll be good enough. No, man. As long as you're improving, as long as you're working towards the stuff you want to work towards, you're good enough. Because you will feel better about yourself. You will change the internal dialogue you have about yourself. And with that, you'll feel better. And you'll treat the world, the people around you differently. Just because you treated yourself differently. And that's a beautiful concept. That's a beautiful concept. And you'll hear a lot of people say, oh, it's not that easy, it's not this, it's not that. And it isn't, man. It's hard. But you could either continue saying all these bad things and feeling like you're not worthy, or take these small steps, work towards becoming better, being better, and changing that mindset, those thoughts about yourself. And just do that. Even if you want to do a little experiment, man, just do that for a little while. And then see which one of those two makes you feel better, has you being more productive, more joyful, more alive, and then make that decision up for yourself. And whichever one you end up liking better, continue it, man. And if someone got something to say about it, why do you care? You know what I'm saying? Because think about it. Like, let's say you do that stuff, you change that mindset, you do this and do this, like, bro, that's corny, bro. That's coping, bro. You're just doing that because this and that and that. And they saying all that. But if you did it and it made you feel better, it makes you do better, it makes you happier, it makes you, gets you that step closer to becoming what you want to become, accomplishing what you want to accomplish, why would you care what that fool got to say? You know what I'm saying? And that's where I really thought about, because I used to look at certain things and be like, bro, that's kind of like coping. Like, bro, you're just saying that because of this and this and that, and like, I'd be like this and this and that. But I never took the time to really take a step back and be like, okay, but why did they do that? And if in doing that, it makes them a better person for it, makes them enjoy life differently, in a better way, and it brings out good, who am I to take that away from them? Or who am I to judge that? You know what I'm saying? And of course you will still have that judgment in your mind, but to spread it out, don't do that. Keep it to yourself, man. If they doing better for it, let them. If anything, try to learn from them. And if that thing they specifically doing doesn't really help you like that, you experience something new, now on to the next thing. And just keep bouncing off like that until eventually something you find that sticks with you, that will help you become that better version, hits. Then let that be the journey. And let me just throw this in right here, because sometimes this feeling of not being good enough hits me. It does. But it's when I'm slacking, when I'm not working, when I'm not doing the things I've set out to do. And we have those seasons, we have those times in our lives where we do get knocked off the horse, and we get that snowball effect that gets worse and worse and worse with all these things. And I acknowledge that, and I'm aware of that. and it makes me a little bit more emotional, in the sense like certain things that may not bother me as much when I'm on top of the horse, they bother me much more when I'm knocked off. And I will either not overreact, but I will react differently to it. And in doing so, it might come off rude, wrong, or it might just be something that I wouldn't want to approach the situation like that. And then the situation will end up worse just for that. And I acknowledge that. And it's good to acknowledge those things and know what happens when you do get knocked off that horse, so you can change it. But once you get back on there, everything comes flowing back. And let me throw this in all too, because I just recently started a relationship and it's been nice. Sometimes I feel like I'm not good enough for her, man. But it's because I want to provide so much. I want to do so much. And I'm aware that it's going to take time and it's going to be a journey. And then I think about, man, but what if she like looking at this like that, or like I'm not good enough and she chooses someone else over me, right? Even though she already chose me, so it's like a weird way to think. But I think that comes from like a little insecurity of mine, a feeling that I'm not good enough, because I'm still on the journey, I'm still learning, I'm still developing. And I'm like, oh, what if you just find something better out there? And the thing is, I tell myself, man, she chose me right now, as I chose her. And if we develop this relationship into something beautiful, then that's what it will be. But if the day comes that she chooses someone else over me, it's gonna suck. It's gonna suck for a while. I know it will. But why would I feel so bad to the point where I feel like it was not necessarily, depending on how it ends, right? But why would I tear myself down because someone else chose someone else over me? And it sucks, it really does, especially if you start caring for this person. But ultimately, people will choose who they choose. Just experience it for what it is. Do what you want to do, in the sense of like, sometimes I like at the start of the relationship, I would hold myself back from doing certain things because I didn't want to come off as like too attached or too this or too that. And of course, you got to do it like in a timely manner. You can't just like first day and be like, oh, I love you so much and this and that. You know what I'm saying? Like, relax. But little sweet things, bro, because I like doing those little sweet things. So I do them. And I know if one day she ends up going over to the dark side and leaving me behind, right? It's gonna suck. But that's why you gotta be okay with yourself. That's why you can't think of yourself as not being good enough. Because then if you lose that someone, you're really gonna believe this. And it's gonna be engraved in you. It's gonna be part of your identity afterwards. So don't think about it as you weren't good enough, man. You might have been too good for her. But you gotta keep working on yourself. Keep developing yourself. Because we're gonna lose her. Not guaranteed, right? You never know. Maybe live happily ever after. But if you do, you got yourself at the end of the day. And you will see everything that you've accomplished. And if your partner can't see that in you, and you can't see that in yourself, you will be torn down. But if you're able to see that within, you will still be hurt. It will suck. But you will not create this idea that you are not good enough, or that you are not worthy of love or capable of being loved and all this and all that. Love yourself, man. Take care. Actually, that kind of didn't make sense right there at the end. I think I still gotta go through it in my head a little bit more, and I'll come back to that. But I'm gonna just leave that in there anyways, because that kind of made sense. I don't know. Let me know if that did or not, but I'll come back to that one, man. Take care.